Hello, my friends. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Sarah Chatello McGuire from Sassy Paper Crafts. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and today's project is this one. So I was going for a more non-traditional holiday card. I think I got it with this one. All this week we are talking about the Spruced Up Bundle, which is this one. So this is a 17 piece stamp set. It's a photopolymer stamp set. And when you buy the bundle, it also comes with the spruced up outlining dies. Yeah, outlines dies. And these dies are super cool because not only do they cut out the solid images, they leave these awesome little outlines, which I will be showing you. We're going to be using the trees today. There is some candy canes in here, a snowflake, some baubles, ornaments, whatever you call them. But this is what we're going to be using today. Let's start with our stamping. So I just need a little scrap paper. That should do it. And we're going to be using the big tree. Let's see if that actually will work. That should work just fine. So I'm going to be using Night of Navy. I've already die cut a couple of pieces. So this is the little tree here. And that is in Balmy blue. And when I cut it out, I got this really cool outline, which we'll be using. I also already die cut my sentiment using stylish shapes and a piece of glitter paper, or glimmer paper, sorry. And that comes in real red and white. So I have a little scrap there, but that is that glimmer paper. How gorgeous is that? I thought that looked really cool because it was almost like a snow-covered tree. So we're going to be using that. Let's do our stamping. Again, I have Night of Navy. I'm just inking up my stamp. It's trying to fall off the block, so let's hope it doesn't. And I'm just going to center that. I'm pushing down, but not super hard, but hard enough to distribute that ink. And, oh, we have to do the inside of our card. So I have a piece of basic white that is 5 1/4 by 4. And I'm going to use the snowflake from the set. And we're just going to ink that up in Night of Navy. I'm just going to do the corners. And then I have a sentiment for the inside. I did the whatever brings you happiness for the outside of the card. And then when you open it up, it's going to say, may it be yours this holiday season. So that is the inside of our card. I'm just going to set that aside, close my ink pad, and clean off my stamps. And then we can get to some die cutting. So I have my Stampin' Scrub. I already have a little bit of Stampin' Mist on it. I'll just spray it one more time. And this is the wet side, this is the dry side, and now my stamps are going to be clean and ready to be put away or used again in a different color. And I'm going to put them away just because I like to lose stamps sometimes. I don't want to lose these ones. I really like these ones. So I'm just going to put them right in their case. And now my stamp set is ready to be used again. So I'm just going to set that aside and get these blocks out of the way. And we will get the mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And the mini machine, these dies all fit in the mini. I do recommend the standard size just because that way you don't have to look and see what fits and what doesn't. Everything fits in the standard size one. But all these spruced up outlines dies do fit in the mini. So I have the platform number 1 and a cutting plate, and I'm just going to take our stamped image and I'm going to grab the dies, and we're going to use this big tree here, and we're going to line it up, and it's really cool once it is all cut out, and I can't wait to show you. You just want to make sure that it's lined up pretty evenly. I don't want any of that Night of Navy on my outline. If you're having trouble getting it to stay put, you could always use a Post-it note or a piece of washi tape. I'm just going to kind of wing it and hope for the best. So now that that is all cut out, it looks like this. It did go over a little bit, but I didn't get any of that Night of Navy there, which is good. I have already dry embossed a piece of 5 by 3 3/4 Balmy blue with the cascading ruffles 3D embossing folder. Now this is a 6x6 folder. This does not fit in the mini machine. You do need the standard machine for this one. But I've already embossed it. And now we're just going to put our card together. So I have a couple of pieces here from the Storybook Gnomes Designer Series paper. And I have some of that paper here. Whoops, to show you I'm dropping things on the floor. I have a couple of the pieces here. These are the scraps I used. Or the pieces I used. But this is a beautiful paper. And I really love the wintry look of it. So it's great for the non-traditional kind of holiday cards. Yeah, pick up the pieces that are on the floor. And then I have a piece of basic white that I ran over with my chair. So there's a little line in it, but it's fine. And this is 5 1/4 by 4. So we're just going to take this piece and a little bit of seal and attach that. And then before we put down our designer series paper, I have the Banners Pick-a-Punch. There are 2 punches on here. I'm going to take the smaller piece, and this measures 4 by 3/4. And I'm just going to stick it there. I like to flip it over so I can see and make sure it's even. And we're just going to create a little banner. And then I also have a piece of Balmy Blue, which is 4 1/4 by 1 inch. I was just double checking. So it's a 1/4 inch longer and wider. And we're going to make a banner out of that. And you could also do that with a pair of scissors. You can cut it yourself. I like the punch. So I'm just going to adhere our designer series paper to our Balmy Blue piece. I'm just going to try to line up those points. And then we can put down this piece. And I'm going to do this card a little bit differently. I'll show you the sample again. I'm going to do it a little bit differently than this one because I do kind of want to bring that up higher. I covered up too much of this paper and I wanted to cover up those trees a bit more. So I'm going to take some dimensionals, put them on the back of here. And before I stick this down, I have a 3 by 3 piece of basic white that I want to put down as kind of a backdrop to makes those trees, I think, just pop a little bit. So I'm going to put that up towards the top. And then we're going to put on our outlines. Now, you can, when you die cut your trees, you could put an adhesive sheet on the back. I didn't. I'm just going to use some Tombow liquid glue. And I'm just squeezing very lightly because I don't want too much glue. I got a little bit on the side there. It kind of smushed out at me. So I'm just kind of dotting it along. Not putting too much. So I'm putting the big tree towards the left. And then we'll take the little tree and do the same thing with the glue, just little bits. And I'll put that towards the right. About there. I'm just kind of tapping it down a little bit. And you can even, I'll take a punch or an ink pad sometimes and just stick it on there and let it sit for a minute, just so I know it's all adhered. So while we're waiting for that to dry, let's go ahead and put on our dimensional. So I'm using 1 dimensional for the smaller trees and 2 for the larger tree. And that should be good now. And we can take our card base. I put my middle tree down first just so I can see about where I want everything. It's kind of the focal point. Then we'll take our Balmy Blue tree off to the left and our pretty glimmer tree. And I kind of wanted to tuck that behind there a little bit and put that over to the right. And then we can take off the backings to these dimensionals and put down our banner piece. And like I said, I kind of want to cover the bottoms of those trees and show a little bit more of this paper. And then too, you'll notice the pattern's slightly different. It's the same paper, just when you cut it at 3/4 of an inch, it's smaller. I'm going to take a dimensional, stick it on the back of our sentiment, pop that right on there, and then we can put everything on our card base. So I need my seal again. Oops. Stick that down, and then the inside, we can't forget the inside of our card. And then now to finish off the card, I wanted something that kind of matched the colors there, and I think I might have put them away. Here they are. The Solid and Fasted Gems has Night of Navy and Pool Party, which also looks kind of like Balmy Blue. Oh no, Balmy Blue is in here. That's Balmy Blue, and there's Night of Navy. I can't talk today. I think this time I went with Night of Navy for this one. I think this time I'm going to go with the Balmy Blue and just see what that looks like, if I like it. I'm just going to kind of randomly spread them around. I did like having one on the sentiment, so I'll put one back there. And maybe in the middle of that tree. So I don't know. I think I like the Balmy Blue Fasted Gem better than the Night of Navy, but tell me in the comments what you think, which one you like better. And that is our project today. So I hope this inspired you to get, if you haven't started yet, to get started on your holiday cards. If you have, to keep going on your holiday cards. I want to thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you next time.